Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be learning about exponential growth. So when we're given an equation, differential equation, dp over dt is kp, we can use the law of exponential growth to solve this equation, which is p of any value is equal to the initial value times e to the kt. And we can prove this by saying if dp over dt is equal to kp, then we'll divide kp to both sides and multiply dt to the other, and if we integrate them, we'll get ln of p equals kt plus c. So we'll raise both these to the power of e, and we'll get p equals e to the kt plus c, or the absolute value of p equals ekt times e to the c, using the properties of logs. So we can call e to the c another constant c and get this. And once we have this, we can find that c is the initial value of p by just plugging 0 in for k. So the p value when k is 0 is just c equals p of 0. So then we can get our equation that p of any value t is equal to our c value, which is the initial value of p times e to the kt. So now let's take a look at an example problem. So we have carbon-14 isotope, which decays at a rate proportional to the amount present. Since it's decaying proportionally, we know that we're going to be using exponential growth, since the rate of change of a population is directly proportional to its population. So initially there are 3 grams of carbon-14, so we know that p0 equals 3. So let's just start off our equation. So we're going to start off with 3e to the kt equals p of t. And now we have to find how many grams will remain after 1,000 years, with the half-life being approximately 5,700 years. So this is another point. The half-life, since we started with 3, will have at 5,700 years, we'll have 1.5 grams left. So now we can solve for a k value. So 1.5 equals 3e to the 5,700k, right? So then 1/2 equals e to the 5,700k. If we take the natural log of both of these, ln of 1/2 equals 5,700k. We can rewrite ln of 1/2 as ln of 1 minus ln of 2. So that means negative ln of 2, since this is just 0, equals 5,700k, and k equals negative ln of 2 over 5,700. So once we have that, we can finally solve for our p of t value, which is 3e to the negative ln of 2 over 5,700 times t. So now we're going to find our point at 1,000 years. P of 1,000 is equal to 3e to the negative ln 2 over 5,700 times 1,000, which is our final answer. Let's take a look at another problem. But here we notice something different. The rate is directly proportional to 800 minus p of t. So instead of using kp, instead we're going to use k times 800 minus p, or dp over dt equals k times 800 minus p. We'll divide 800 minus p to the other side and multiply dt. So dp over 800 minus p equals k dt. If we integrate both sides using u sub here, we'll get negative ln of 800 minus p, the absolute value, equals kt plus c. Now we're going to plug in our initial value, so negative ln of 500, or negative ln of 300 equals c. So negative ln of 800 minus p is equal to kt minus ln of 300. Once we have this, we can multiply the negative over, so it's easier to read. Ln of 800 minus p is equal to negative kt plus ln of 300. And if we raise both sides to the power of e, 800 minus p equals e to the negative kt plus ln of 300. This is technically e to the negative kt times e to the power of ln 300. So then 800 minus p equals e to the negative kt times 300. So we'll have negative p equals 300 e to the negative kt minus 800. So p equals negative 300 e to the negative kt plus 800. And that will give us our value for p. So now we have, if p of 2 is 700, so we're given a second point, so now we can find k. So 700 equals negative 300 e to the negative 2k plus 800. So negative 100 equals negative 300 e to the negative 2k. 1/3 equals e to the negative 2k. If we take the natural log of both sides, ln of 1/3 equals negative 2k. And then ln of 1/3 is basically ln of 1 minus ln of 3. So negative ln of 3 equals negative 2k. K equals ln of 3 over 2. And then, so our value for p of t would be negative 300 e to the negative ln of 3 over 2t plus 800. So as it's approaching infinity, this value is going to get smaller and smaller since it's technically like that. So this is a constant over infinity, so that will approach 0 plus 800 is equal to 800.